Alright, it is Obsolete Wonder Woman 2, the second helping of Obsolete Wonder Woman. I have a lot of opinions about covers to second issues. My belief is that a second issue should feature a cover that introduces new concepts to the reader. Issue 1's cover should be the main character. It should be expositing to a prospective reader the star or stars of the series. Issue 2 should then continue that by showing something we don't get from the first issue's cover. I'm not sure this one does, but at the same time, there is just enough that I can't really complain. The big sword, we didn't see that on cover 1, and people love the big sword. And we also have the swarm of evil demon things, and she is fighting them. It is an okay cover, I guess. Not wrong with it. I'm just overthinking things. This is by Kelly Clarkson and Peabody and Sherman, and we pick straight up from where the first one left off. Wonder Woman is about to battle the Harbinger. Not the one from Christmas on Infinite Earths. Not that one. Different thing. The fight is alright. It shows us a few different abilities of Wonder Woman. Mystic, shield, barrier here. She can create one of them to defend herself using her mother's sorcery. And the main thing we see is her version of Wonder Woman's famous lasso. It is now like a laser whip, and she calls it Nemesis. It can burn through anything, and it binds things and confronts them with their sins. Ghost Driver penis stare style. The bit where Wonder Woman explains this weapon, and she is name dropping a dozen Greek gods and goddesses. I was thinking this is exactly what I ate about Fairyland shit. That was the only area of the first two issues where I felt the Fairyland bollocks was perversively irritating. She defeats the Harbinger and commands it return to its master and warn it that this world is under the protection of Wonder Woman. This would have been an excellent endpoint for issue 1. It upsets me a bit. Issue 1 ended with her picking herself up ready to fight the monster. Then this issue has her successfully beat it while demonstrating her abilities and her weapons. And it would have made that first one so satisfying to see this. We do see her fight things in issue 1, but it's more like stage dressing. It's not really featured action. And we also saw her get knocked down. It's only 5 pages. The 6th page, the first one, that can be removed. It's a not entirely subtle recap, bringing someone up to speed on the situation. Could we really not fit 5 more pages into last issue? The obvious thing is the 6-page montage. That would be a very clear thing to possibly chop down. But I don't want to say that because it was a good scene. But 5 pages? You only needed 5 more pages to make that issue great. If you did do that, issue 2 would start here. and you would have a very clear and transparent focus for the second issue, the introduction of Chris Pine. He approaches Wonder Woman after she has turned away that monster, and straight away it is established they already know each other somehow. We then flash back after one of these loathsome, indulgent title spreads. We flash back to Wonder Woman's time in hell. One day, Chris Pine washed up on the shores of hell, and Wonder Woman found him, and she saves him from a Hydra, and she takes him home so that she and her mom can help him get back to full health. One of my problems was I felt this hell and what it really is wasn't apparent in issue 1. I was unclear if it was L or AL, or if it was simply called L. Crucial world building still remains absent 2 issues in, but we do say this is an afterlife. This is Hades. This is where the dead go. It's still a bit conflicting with what we've seen. Wonder Woman and her mom seem to be the only ones there. Chris Pine is dead. That is how he has come to hell. I want to take a moment to say I hate this character, the regular version anyway. I find him to be a no longer useful character. He is I was going to say Silver Age character, but he's a Goldie Age one. He is a love interest that the hero character has outgrown. He's Natalie Portwoman. He's Gwyneth Paltrow. He's that disgusting thing. We have moved on from them. Either something better has come along, or the hero has grown and found someone else with whom they have a deeper connection and bond, thanks to the writing having gotten more skilled at handling mature emotional beats. Chris Pine is stuck in the past though. He is a stock love interest for Wonder Woman, but he's still around as a main love interest. I've not read it. I've read almost no Wonder Woman, but I think even Jorge Perez put Chris Pine with Dawn from The Office instead of Wonder Woman. With that said, this presented an idea I was smitten with. I thought it would have been a solid twist, but it isn't going in that direction. But I thought if he was dead, that would have been great. If Wonder Woman, if she left him behind in hell to go and save his world, that would have been a tremendous setup. And then Chris Pine goes from annoying tag-along love interest to someone you write up and want her to be able to return to. But as we saw, he is alive in the real world. He got back somehow. Future issues will explain that, surely. He brings Wonder Woman to the military, and we have a scene that I reckon a lot of people will hate, and a lot of people will hate just because they want to hate it. This is what could be called the feminist scene. She dresses down the commander and puts him in his place. I don't mind it myself. My only problem is that Wonder Woman being like this seems to come from nowhere. It's one of the first people we've seen her interact with. And why is she so aware of the patriarchal military-industrial complex of man's world? She was raised in hell, in isolation. Did her and a man watch MASH every Sunday night or something? Feminism in mainstream superhero comics is a loaded topic. Some would say I have no right to talk about it as a man. But fuck off. If a man cannot contemplate the place of feminism in comics, then you're going to be stuck with them writing more Avengers 200s for the rest of your days. More than any other, Wonder Woman is feminist. It's built into the character. If any comic is feminist, it should be Wonder Woman. The problem is not feminism, but rather its representatives. Feminism is not a substitute for talent. Feminism is not a substitute for story. Feminism is not a substitute for characterization. On the back of these two Wonder Womans, I would have considered our writer as someone who is using the feminism in appropriate measures. We are not dealing with a script where the very first thing was they tried to find some way to tell people how they should think. This scene, the issue wasn't written around that. It's a part where we got there, and Wonder Woman taking charge made internal sense. And at the end of the day, I would say it didn't actually take me out of the comic. I didn't stop and go, oh, here we go again. It wasn't until a page or two later I was a bit baffled by Wonder Woman's awareness of sexism and the United States military. The other thing is, unfortunately, I saw the writer's online essays for comic book resources, so I have a dim view of how they will be handling feminism going forward. We get some backstory here for Pegasus. Very welcome. I was beginning to think about that just at the moment they tackle it. Now, here is the Tetracide, the big monster to end all monsters. Lovecraftian horror in another mainstream superhero comic. The Tetracide, it is the size of a city, and it leaves nothing behind. Cliffhanger. And here is the next issue cover. This is that, issue 3. Review coming soon, I would hope. I should say that I don't mind this, but I did find on reflection that a large amount of it was me saying this would be better if. The other complication is that it is modern comics, and often you don't have enough to go on, either in the issue's content or in what we have of the story. Issue 3 or 4 could come along and totally sink the story, which then changes the meaning or even quality of issue 2 incredibly. My attitude is enjoy it while you can, and I am enjoying it while I still can. Any issue could be my last, but issue 2 wasn't the one, so that's why I will hand it a 7 thumbs up.